Okay. Let me make sure the volume's all the way up. Hang on. Boo! What are you doing? Jesus. Well, you can definitely tell it's Ostara today, because my cats are fucking going stupid and driving me nuts. Brother. Anyway, well, the mystery of the blue wireless mouse has been solved. It turns out that somehow I had 2 wireless chips in my main laptop, and one of them was a wireless chip to my blue one here, so now I can use it again. Therefore, I can continue to live stream with this one, which I prefer because this one's lightweight, it's easier to carry, and so on and so on. Sometime today, this may be a short live stream, just kind of a preliminary to the one that I will hopefully be doing here in a little bit. I got to get my shower yet, and I'm going to have to wait for probably another hour just to make sure that the hot water heater is refilled, so I don't end up taking an ice shower because I don't need one. If anybody needs one, it's Krist. Got to talk to my son Michael today, and a couple of times, and we covered some stuff, which was good, and he wants me to try and get my mother up there to see him as well as myself for a face-to-face visit, but getting my mother to do anything of the sort is like pulling teeth without the anesthetic. She's 90 years old. I love her to bits, but she's got the grumpy old lady syndrome, and she gripes about everything anymore, and she's just unhappy no matter what anybody does for her, and that's heartbreaking to me because we're tired of trying. If I'm not there, she complains about me. If my brother's not there, she complains about him. She complains endlessly about Jim. She complains about Stephanie, who she wants out of there. And Stephanie is the one person out of all this that has been doing the most for her, and she doesn't even appreciate it. I had to take my magic items out of Mom's attic because it was causing too much of a problem, and Mom didn't want to say anything to me about it. But Stephanie did. And rather than cause even more trouble, I kept my mouth shut and I just took the stuff out. My mom is what I call a muggle, a mundane, a closed-minded, full of fear, doesn't like witchcraft or anything to do with it, and was, according to Stephanie, if she was telling me the truth, which I don't see any reason why Stephanie would lie to me, my mom was accusing me of bringing evil into the house because I had my magic stuff there. And that hurt me on a very deep level, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And I can't, it's a delicate conversation that I don't know when or if I'll be able to ever have with my mother. But, back to Ostara, I will probably be doing the ceremony out of my Wicca book. And Brooke, this is for you and your new friend that would like for me to teach her the craft. I don't recall if you gave me her name or not in the last text I got from you, but you can officially tell her now that this one is a go. So she can either go to this one or she can go to the Janelle Mabius one. Because this is my Janet Mabius one. This is my Janet Mabius live stream. And in case you guys wanted to see, this says, "May the luck be with you," and it's Baby Yoda with a shamrock behind him. And I have a pair of green pajama pants on that I'm wearing with it. So hopefully, if all goes well and the signal is strong enough, I will be able to do the Ostara live stream here in a couple of hours at my friend's house next door, Kristy. Because she told me before that she said, you're welcome to live stream here if you want. And she's got to be okay with being on a live stream herself, because some people are camera shy and they don't want to be on a live stream. Went to Yafa's new shop yesterday. Me, Christy, Maria, come on. And we had a nice Ostara. Yeah, it's just me.
Like this up here. I had 3 of them.
Not that I've seen, but some of your plates are sitting there on the dining room table.
I'm missing another one like this, the next side.
I'll look for it. I mean, if you want to look in there and underneath the sink to see if it's there, I don't remember seeing anything. No, I know that, but I know like when you bring food up, sometimes you put it in something like that. So if we had it would have to be down in under the sink if it was anywhere. If you want to look under the sink and see if you see it down there. And it's just me live streaming. Brooke's not on. I'm not even. I don't know that I'm gonna. I don't want to bother her with it because I know she's like really stressed.
If
but
it ain't up here, somebody's been in my house.
Yeah, that's what.
3 of them.
That's what bothers me. That's what bothers me.
3 sides. This side, and then the blue one, and I had another one.
Mm-hmm.
They came together.
I still have my suspicions about Robert, to be honest.
He better not have it.
Because
I'm gonna get mad.
You know, when he came down and helped us find your keys that day, he seemed to know exactly where they were. So I'm not saying that was where he necessarily put them, but I'm concerned that he went out and had a key made from your place.
He better not.
Oh yeah, I hope not for your sake.
I mean, get mad. I'm gonna
yeah, because talk about being violated. That's beyond anything I've ever known of anyone to do.
I'm gonna see if he's got it. I'm knocking on his door.
Good luck, because you know it's Ostara today, so you know, I mean, he's probably not going to take it very kindly. He's probably going to be pissy about it.
I don't give a fuck. It's not his.
Exactly, but how do you prove or disprove he did it? Because if those are missing and you haven't taken them to any other friends, you know, for like when you take food to them.
I had 3 sets.
Yeah, well.
This is the one on top, and then another one, and another one. Another great big one.
Yeah. Well, if only there was a delicate, stealthy way of doing things to where we could snoop around ourselves without being obvious. Like you could ask him, do you have a container like this that's like maybe a size or 2 bigger, because, you know, I need it for something. And then if he suddenly produces one, then I'm sure you'd be able to tell if it was yours or not. Wouldn't you? If by seeing it, you would know if it was yours or not?
I would know it's mine. Because it's a set. I got this at Target.
But
3 of them, they cost.
Yeah. And it's ceramic, isn't it?
Yes. It's ceramic.
Yeah.
People cook in it.
Yeah, it's got some weight to it. Yeah.
See?
So yeah, those are, and it's let's see what company makes it. Threshold stoneware, dishwasher safe, microwave safe, oven safe to 450, freezer safe. So that's good. So yeah, a set like that would cost, I'm sure. So I don't know, hon, do whatever you're gonna do, but if you just outwardly accuse him and I'm wrong, you know, what I would do actually, just to be on the safe side, is I would, this is something you probably have to talk to Joe about, because I don't know if John could okay it or not, but get your locks changed and get a different key.
I got it changed.
But maybe if you do that, at least you would.
I forgot his name right now. I can't think of it right now.
But I could do like a reading on it or something a little bit too with one of my decks and see if they can give me an idea if he took them or not, and be able to tell you that way, and also find out if he did in fact take your keys and went and had one made, which he had no right doing, because then that's like overly violating you. And, who knows what the hell he might be going in there and stealing if that is true. I'm not saying it is. I hope it's not.
Well, tell me then.
Yeah, I'll tell you. So,
So no, Dad, I'm getting ready to cook some. I'm getting ready to fry some chicken.
okay.
And I looked down and I said, "Where's my other one?" Because I know I got a blue one. I got a light green, whatever you call that, light blue, whatever you call this color.
Yeah.
And I had another big one, a little more bigger.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely do some research on it for you and see what I come up with and let you know. I'll do some readings or something and see if they come up with anything. Okay. All right. I'm going to attempt to get a hold of Brooke. I think I'll go through Signal because I know she's having a lot of issues. At least let her know that I'm live streaming, see if she can pop on because maybe I can help to unstress her a little bit. See if she answered me back. Is it okay? Okay. I'm texting with her, so give me a minute. Okay, I'm live on it. Maybe. Yafa sent me something. Okay, now Steffi is. Now Stephanie's having issues. So forgive me if I end up texting a lot. Let's see. How are you? Talking to my friend. She also is wanting to learn, so I hope it will be okay if I give her your YouTube, but wanted to check first. Check first. I love you. Yep. Okay. All right. Steffi. Grandma and Carl got into last night. Oh no. So now Steffi's. My mom and brother got into it last night. He's up from Kentucky. And he's been developing he's developing a habit of staying for a whole week when he comes up and finding excuses why he's staying that long, and that's what's bothering Mom. And she don't like him doing it. It's her house, so she's the only one that can put her foot down and make him stop. So and I think she's at work right now. So I may end up texting with her for a lot of this live stream. Hopefully not all of it. Stephanie is, she's under a lot of pressure and stress right now. Poor Stephanie, I feel so bad for her. She's at work right now. She hasn't slept at all because of Mom and Carl fighting, and she has dyslexia too, so she has difficulty with, I think it's spelling or something, and she tends to see stuff backwards, or she'll say stuff a certain way, but I'm trying to learn to interpret what she's saying properly. Sometimes I achieve that, sometimes not. So But right now, I'm just glad for the break from again. It popped on and then back off again, so I hope it don't mess up my live stream. But see, this is where like, I don't know what she meant by her last statement. She said, I hope Carl leaves tomorrow. That part I get. But then she says, if not, I am going hard when I can. So I'm not sure what she's trying to say. Maybe if he doesn't go home tomorrow, she's gonna be elsewhere, which I don't blame her. My teeth are hurting. I had to take a couple of pain pills. I'm having trouble eating on the left side. Excuse me. So when I'm not sure what she's saying, like she said, I know he will make up everything in the book. No. You mean Carl. Sorry. Carl has a bad habit of making excuses to stay longer than he's welcome. He Karma is dealing out what Carl has coming to him because of his past actions, choices, and decisions that have been nothing but against others, especially family. And him and mom, I mean, to try and balance out the energy, he does try to bring his own food. He does try to bring his own drink stuff, like pop and different stuff. But even that's not good enough for our mother. She still complains. It's like she doesn't want anybody there but her and Jim and me, however often I'm willing to be there. My neighbor Maria, as you probably heard, whoever's watching this, or whoever watches it later, that she's got some dishes missing and no plausible explanation as to why they're missing. And I fear that it's a possibility that this Robert character in the building snuck in there while she had her door unlocked or something, grabbed her key, and had one made. Because she can't find the dishes that are missing where they're not up here. I told her that there was some plates on the dining room table in there that was hers that she didn't even basically acknowledge or hear me say. And, if, since when you heard her talking, this is mostly for, I'm talking more for the new person that Brooke mentioned, because I don't know what this girl's name is or this young lady's name is, and I won't know unless Brooke tells me. And I know that Brooke and one of her kids, probably all of them, is dealing with COVID again, which means they've been infected again. And that terrifies me, because these new strains that seem to keep developing every time we turn around, each strain is more difficult than the last, and therefore harder to combat, harder to defeat, harder to cure. Let me get her another message here. Let her know I'm live streaming, so maybe she can hold off, talking to me right now or texting with me, because I'm supposed to be doing a live stream, not sitting here texting the entire time. So hopefully, once she reads that text, she'll stop texting me. A lot of stress flying around people that, I love and care about. And it's kind of one of those things, you feel helpless, like you just want to take the pain away, but you can't, because it's not my job to continue taking on the burdens of others. And I do it to a fault. And it's causing my health to not deter, but it's causing my health to not be so great either. And, the inappropriate functionings of my organs or whatever's going on inside my body. I hope everything's all right. I keep asking for healing from the angels and, any spirits, ancestors, creepy hollow spirits that could come along and possibly help with the healing as well, and help to make some of this stuff happen. Get Stephanie a place so she can get out of my mom's hell house. And I hate to call it that, but that's exactly what mom is making it, because she's full blown grumpy old lady syndrome, and nobody wants to be around her, and she's going to keep it up. And Jim might even leave. And then what is she going to do? She's not going to be able to afford that place by herself, not paying the bills and the rent, considering how high of a rent she's paying, which I have no reason to divulge here, but it's a heck of a lot more, like 3 or 4 times more than I'm paying here, and I'm paying $465 a month. the Green Man, and Gaia, which is the goddess. She is a primary earth goddess. They seem to be two of my strongest deities. And this is for Brooke's new friend. See this book, look at it, memorize it. It's green and black. You can't miss it. It's Scott Cunningham. This is the book that one of the books that I started off with in the craft. It's my Bible, basically. I call it my Wiccan Bible. Because it's one of the first ones that I learned out of, one of the first ones I started practicing out of. So going with, as far as the teaching part of it, I am planning on doing a series where I will read a chapter from this book every live stream, because the live stream will be geared mostly towards doing just that. Now, as you know, if you've seen my Janelle Mabius YouTube channel, you know that sometimes I do daily tarot cards for a daily message. And if somebody else is online with me, or especially right now while I'm doing the live stream, then I would gladly do one for them. I haven't talked to my friend Holly in a while. I'm not sure what's been going on with her and her family. She's another fellow witch, and depending on how far back in my YouTube channels of this channel, the Janet Mabius, you've been able to watch, which I would recommend, go back all the way to the first if you want, or if you just strictly want the stuff that's magically related, I will try to put that in the title or the description of the live stream each time, so this one's magically related, or no, this one's going to be a random, or this one's going to be, more a general multi-purpose. I'm going to be covering several subjects. But I want today to be a good Ostara. I am going to be blessing and enchanting this ring, my Gothic ring, which you probably won't be able to see very well, but it's a pretty one. It's, I don't know how close I can zoom in here. It's a silver rose in the center, 2 red hearts, 2 skulls on the sides with red eyes. And I thought it was really cool, and it was only $10 on Amazon. This is a size 13, so it's really loose on my finger, because my ring finger is, I think it's like a 12, and this one's a little too big, but it stays on. My Creepy Hollows vessels, I'm going to be enchanting this ring with all of my dark arts. All of my dark arts vessels, spirits and whatnot, because I have so many Creepy Hollow spirits now. I've lost track of which ones are my dark arts ones and which ones are my white arts ones. Just to clarify, so you don't have to worry about what live stream to watch, I will say it here and now. Creepy Hollows is a website. You go to www.creepyhollows.com, or you can just punch in creepyhollows.com and it should bring it up. It's free to browse. You can buy stuff. You don't have to get an account there, but if you decide to do so, I recommend it. It's free to do so. The only time you pay anything is when you actually get vessels. They have great deals, but some of the drawbacks of going through them is you could wait up to a month for your stuff. They are severely understaffed. They won't take on more people. I have volunteered to work for them myself, but I've never heard anything back from them, so I guess that's a no. I need something to do. I need some kind of a job I can do from home, making money that SSI cannot take away from me. Because it's not so high that they'll even bother, but it's not so low that it's detrimental for me to do, because it's like, if I'm only going to make $20 or something each time, then to me, it's almost not worth doing. However, with the budget and the cost of living being so high, I try to keep my prices competitive, meaning I try to keep them decent. I try to keep them, trying to get this, there's this white spot in the middle of the screen that's bugging me. But I've not put a price list on here. I will say this now, if you want me to do a private sort of like a reading for you during a live stream, I can set it to private so nobody will be able to view it. It'll just strictly be you and me. And again, this is for Brooke's new friend. I don't know your name yet, so forgive me with that, but with everything that Brooke is dealing with, it's not very likely that she's going to be able to pop on. She said something, or rather Michael, my son, said something earlier on the phone when I talked to him that she wouldn't be able to do any live streams right now. I mean, her and her kid is sick with COVID, which means that all of her kids will probably get sick with it. I have 2 of my shots done, but I don't know if I'm due for the booster or not. Krist will probably be back here. I'm hoping he won't be back here until sometime after 2 or 3 would be ideal, because I need a break from him. I need some space. I need some time to myself. I need a weekend to myself, and I just can't seem to make that happen. Because for one, I don't have the money to be able to afford, say, a hotel room for a weekend or something to where it's just me, no visitors, just me, time to myself, so that I can, do some more serious meditating and try to connect stronger with my spirits, my creepy hollow spirits, and any other spirits like ancestors, loved ones that have passed on. That are trying to get through, maybe even somebody as early as Chris's dad, who died quite recently. Stupid roaches crawling around on my computer. Yes, it's a horrible embarrassment. We're infested with bed bugs and roaches. We're trying to maintain them, trying to keep them down, but at least during a live stream, you won't see any of them crawling around, hopefully, but they're always crawling around on my computer, and it's a freaking nightmare. And I got to keep check on the battery. Okay, it's still good. The battery on this thing, I've been trying not to keep it overly plugged in, meaning when it says the battery's full, I need to start unplugging it to give it a break from being plugged in constantly, because if the battery's full and you overcharge it, then it could compromise the item, and it could die on me. And I really don't want it to, because this Chromebook was a gift from my sister Maria, who was here a few minutes ago. A while back, several months ago now, Krist, I think he spent like $80 or $90 or somewhere around there on a laptop for himself, because primarily he works on the desktop in the dining room, which the desk that he's using is mine, but I had to sacrifice it to him. So my desk is this little table, and that's it. I'm not happy about that. I want my own office where he has no right to be there. He has no reason to be in it. It's just for me. And when I'm in my office, nobody bothers me unless there's a serious emergency going on. And, then I will have to make a list. When that time comes, I'll have to make a list of what I consider an allowable reason to disrupt me when I'm in my office. When I'm in my office, leave me the fuck alone. Let me have that time to myself, because dang it. Okay, the allergy pill should be working, but my nose is still itching. I hate that. There are so many allergens in this place because it's so dirty. It's not even a fraction to the type of clean that it should be. My nose is running a lot, itching, and allergy related other crap. I took the allergy pill. It should be working. And now it's nice out, but it's getting a little chilly. So, and there's no cats in the window, so I'm going to go ahead and shut that down for a little bit because I don't need to be getting a chill and getting sick myself. I know there's some other things that I was doing on here that I stopped doing because Krist was freaking out and paranoid and thought that I was violating, like that I was doing copyright infringement or something because I was reading out of books that other people have written. To me, it's not copyright infringement unless I read from that material and claim it's mine, which I've never done. I've always been very open. I tell the title of the book, I tell the author, so that anybody watching these live streams, if there's something they see that really helps them and they want to know what the next lesson was that I wasn't able to complete in that particular book, then they can go out and get the book for themselves and then they can read it at their leisure. One of the ones that I had was, it was this really nice book called Magical Retreat. And it is a way to honor yourself when chaos and craziness is going on all around you. And you just feel like you're drowning in the ocean and nobody's throwing you a life jacket or nobody's throwing you a little ring or whatever floating device that you can hang on to and keep from drowning. You hear me exhaling a lot because, the stress levels are really high right now in here. And there's a lot going on that there's no reason for me to bring a lot of it into the live stream. And I try not to, but when you're so stressed, you just got to give that stuff an outlet. For me, doing a live stream about it is a good way to get that stuff out, but then it seems like it never ends. It keeps coming and more keeps coming. And I'm surprised I haven't started drinking and become an alcoholic, because it's a lot to deal with. And the Green Man, told me in a recent meditation that it's not my job or responsibility to take on the burdens of others. Let them figure their own shit out. And I say that more for the people that don't deserve my help, because when I try to give it, they don't use it. They don't listen. And that is my mom, my brother, friends and family. Don't worry, you and Brooke are not among them. That just get under my skin and just really, really stress me out. And it's not helping the situation. So I'm trying to think at this point now what to do with this time, so that I'm not sitting here just, endlessly droning on about what's going on in my day. Let's see. So let me go into nope, we're not quite to midsummer yet. Ostara. This much of it I can read. I should be able to read. These are just kind of preliminaries. So if you want to gather these items, and if you have the advantage of having these items, then you're welcome to do them when I do the ritual. Flowers should be laid on the altar, placed around the circle and strewn on the ground or on the floor if you can't do it outside. The cauldron can be filled with spring water and flowers, so you need a cauldron and spring water and flowers and buds and blossoms, which you can also wear. A small potted plant should be placed on the altar as well. Arrange the altar, light the candles and incense, and cast the circle of stones. Recite the blessing chant, invoke the goddess and god in whatever words please you. Stand before the altar and gaze upon the plant as you say, and then it tells you the words that you're supposed to say and everything. And then after you read that set of words, it says, touch the plant, Connect with its energies and through it, all nature. Travel inside its leaves and stems through your visualization. So you have to be good at visualization. From the center of your consciousness out through your arm and fingers and into the plant itself. Explore its inner nature, sense the miraculous processes of life at work within it. After a time, still touching the plant, say, and then it gives you the next set of words. Meditate upon the changing of the seasons, feel the rousing of energies around you in the earth. Works of magic, if necessary, may follow. Celebrate the simple feast. The circle is released. Now you may be wondering, what's the simple feast? I'll get to that in a minute. Ostara lore. A traditional vernal equinox pastime, which this is, go to a field and randomly collect wildflowers or buy some from a florist, taking one or two of these that appeal to you, then bring them home and divine their magical meanings by the use of books, your own intuition, a pendulum, or by other means. The flowers you've chosen reveal your inner thoughts and emotions. It is important at this time of renewed life to plan a walk or a ride through gardens, a park, woodlands, forest, and other green places. This is not simply exercise, and you should be on no other mission. It isn't even just an appreciation of nature. Make your walk celebratory, a ritual for nature itself. Other traditional activities include planting seeds, working on magical gardens, and practicing all forms of herb work, magical, medicinal, cosmetic, culinary, and artistic. Foods in tune with this day, linking your meals with the seasons, is a fine method of attuning with nature. Include those made of seeds, such as sunflower, pumpkin, and sesame seeds, as well as pine nuts. Sprouts are equally appropriate, as are leafy green vegetables. Flour dishes such as stuffed nasturtiums or carnation cupcakes also find their place here. Now, I will go back and do like some smaller stuff. Perfect example, a self-dedication rite. So I'm just kind of randomly going through the book and putting some interesting tidbits on here for you to give you a starting point. Miss New Person, forgive me for saying that, but until I know what your first name is, I don't know what else to say. So I don't mean it in a bad way at all. Prepare yourself by drawing a bath of warm water. I myself have done this. Add a tablespoon or so of salt and a few drops of a scented oil such as sandalwood. If you have no bath, use a shower. Fill a washcloth with salt, add a few drops of essential oil, and rub your body. If you're performing this ritual at the sea or a river, bathe there if you so desire. As you bathe, prepare for the coming rite. Open your consciousness to higher levels of awareness. Deep breathe, cleanse your mind as well as your body. After bathing, dry and dress for the journey. Go to a place in the wild where you feel safe. It should be a comfortable spot where you won't be disturbed by others, an area where the powers of the earth and the elements are evident. It may be a mountaintop, a desert canyon or cave, perhaps a dense forest, a rocky outcropping over the sea, a quiet island in the center of a lake, even a lonely part of a park or garden can be used. Draw on your imagination to find the place. You need take nothing with you but a vial of richly scented oil. Sandalwood, frankincense, cinnamon, or any other scent is fine. When you arrive at the place of dedication, remove your shoes and sit quietly for a few moments. Calm your heart if you've exerted yourself during your travel. Breathe deeply to return to normal and keep your mind free of cluttered thoughts. Open yourself to the natural energies around you. When you're calm, rise and pivot slowly on one foot, surveying the land around you. You're seeking the ideal spot. Don't try to find it. Open your awareness to the place. When you've discovered it, and you'll know when, sit, kneel, or lie flat on your back. Place the oil on the earth beside you. Don't stand. Contact the earth. Continue deep breathing. Feel the energies around you. Call the goddess and God in any words you like, or use the following invocation. Memorize these words before the rite so that they'll spill effortlessly from you, or improvise. Now, this part I should be able to read because it is a ritual, but it is a dedication, so you can do it anytime. I don't remember the time of year that I did my dedication. Most likely it was in the summer. And let's see, I've been doing magic, or I've been a witch for 32 years so far. So I've been practicing a long time, and I came into my power when I was 13. And even when I was in school and before I hit my teens and even after, I would come home with literally a stack of magic books that I had gotten from the library, determined to read every one of them, and I wouldn't even get through one. But I felt the pull even that early. Okay, so here's the words that you say after you've done all that I just read. O Mother Goddess, O Father God, answers to all mysteries, and yet mysteries unanswered. In this place of power, I open myself to your essence. In this place and in this time, I am changed. From henceforth, I walk the Wiccan path. I dedicate myself to you, Mother Goddess and Father God. Rest for a moment, silent, still, then continue. I breathe your energies into my body, commingling, blending, mixing them with mine, that I may see the divine in nature, nature in the divine, and divinity within myself and all else. O great goddess, O great God, make me one with your essence, make me one with your essence, make me one with your essence. You may feel bursting with power and energy, or calm and at peace. Your mind might be in a whirl. The earth beneath you may throb and undulate with energy. Wild animals, attracted by the psychic occurrence, might grace you with their presence. Whatever occurs, know that you have opened yourself and that the goddess and God have heard you. You should feel different inside, at peace, or simply powerful. After the invocation, wet a finger with the oil and mark these two symbols somewhere on your body. And I'll show them to you here in a minute. I'll try. I hope you'll be able to see them well and, write them down. It doesn't matter where. You can do this on your chest, forehead, arms, legs, anywhere. As you anoint, visualize these symbols sinking into your flesh, glowing as they enter your body, and then dispersing into millions of tiny points of light. The formal self-dedication is ended. Thank the goddess and God for their attention. Sit and meditate before leaving the place of dedication. Once home, celebrate in some special way. Here are the symbols. This is the goddess symbol. This is the God. Okay? So I'll leave those up for a handful of seconds or minutes for you so you can get them written down. And besides, you can always pause the live stream to make sure that you get them written down. Okay, now the simple feast. Let's see, there's another thing in here I wanted to share. Where'd it go? Days of Power. Here we go. There's another little section here. There's a shrine that you can do to the goddess and God when you're first starting out. But it's a lot to read, so I don't know. Let's see. Let me see if I want to read all that. Not particularly, but I can at least show you the diagram. Basically, what you do is you make up, let's see. The side is the goddess. The center is something related to the goddess and the God. This is the God side. The God and goddess side in the middle is where you put like an offering bowl. You can put fruit in it. You can put some other type of food in it. You can put herbs, just, whatever feels right, do it. Let's see. I'm just going back through here. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Oh, that was a different one. This is it. It's a layout of a shrine. Where does that? Okay, here it goes. It's called, I'll show you the shrine in a minute. To develop a rapport with the goddess and god, a necessity for those who desire to practice Wicca, you might wish to follow these simple rituals. At night, stand or sit facing the moon if it is visible. If not, imagine the fullest moon you've ever seen glowing silver white in the inky blackness directly above and before you. Feel the soft lunar light streaming onto your skin. Sense it touching and mixing with your own energies, commingling and forming new patterns. See the goddess in any form that you will. Call to her chanting old names if you wish. Diana, Lucina, Selena, pronouncing them as Diana, Lucina, Selena. Sorry. Open your heart and mind to the aspect of goddess energy manifested in the moon's light. Repeat this daily for 1 week, preferably at the same time each night. Concurrently with this exercise, attune with the god. Upon rising in the morning, no matter how late it is, stand before the sun through a window if necessary, outside if possible, and soak in its energies. Think about the god. Visualize him as you wish. It might be as a mighty warrior rippling with muscles, a spear upraised in one hand, the other cradling a child, or a bunch of dew-dripping grapes. You may want to chant god names such as Cernunnos, Osiris, and Apollo. As with the goddess, if you don't wish to visualize the god, for visualization can impose limitations, simply attune to the energies pouring down from the sun. Even if clouds fill the sky, the god's energies will still reach you. Feel them with all your magical imagination. Let no thoughts but those of the god disturb your reverie. Reach out with your feelings, open your awareness to higher things. Call upon the god in any words, express your desire to attune with him. Practice these exercises daily for 1 week. If you wish to explore the concepts of the goddess and god, read books on mythology from any country in the world. Read the myths, but look for their underlying themes. The more you read, the more information you'll have at your fingertips. Eventually, it will merge into a non-structured but extremely complex knowledge bank concerning the deities. In other words, you'll begin to know them. If, after 7 days, you feel the need or the desire, continue these exercises until you feel comfortable with the goddess and god. They've been in us and around us all the time. We need only open ourselves to this awareness. This is one of the secrets of Wicca. Deity dwells within. In your quest to know the gods, take long walks beneath trees, study flowers and plants, visit wild natural places, and feel the energies of the goddess and god directly through the rush of a stream, the pulse of energy from an old oak's trunk, the heat of a sun-warmed rock. Familiarizing yourself with the existence of the deities comes more easily through actual contact with such power sources. Next, when you've achieved this state, you may wish to set up a temporary or permanent shrine or altar to the goddess and god. This needn't be more than a small table, 2 candles, an incense burner, and a plate or bowl to hold offerings of flowers, fruit, grain, seed, wine, or milk. Place the 2 candles in their holders to the rear of the shrine. The candle on the left represents the goddess, that on the right, the god. Colors are often used to distinguish between the two. A red candle for the god and a green one to honor the goddess. This ties in with the nature associations of Wicca. For green and red are ancient magical colors linked with life and death. Other colors can be used, yellow or gold to honor the god, and white or silver for the goddess. Before and between these candles, place the incense burner, and in front of this, the plate or offering bowl. A vase of seasonal flowers can also be added, as can any personal power objects, such as crystals, fossils, and dried herbs. To begin a simple ritual to the gods at your shrine, stand before it with an offering of some kind in your hand. Light the candles and incense, place the offering in the bowl or plate, and say such words as these. Lady of the moon, of the restless sea and verdant earth, Lord of the sun and of the wild creatures, accept this offering I place here in your honor. Grant me the wisdom to see your presence in all nature. O great ones. Now I will show you the diagram. This is the diagram. Okay, goddess candle this side, God candle that side. So this is the goddess, this is the god. Okay. Flowers right here are in the top, censer is in the middle, and offering plate is below the censer. So I hope you can see that. Okay. Okay. And again, you can always pause this live stream to make sure you get all the information. Okay, and now it goes into, like, there's a couple more pages, but I think that's enough for that for now. Now let me go back here to the simple feast. Where is it? Gotta find it. Give me a minute. There's recipes for food in here, but there's only 2. Okay, come on. Where is... I've got to go back through here to find the simple feast. Here we go. The simple feast. Hold up a cup of wine or some other liquid between your hands to the sky and say, Gracious Goddess of Abundance, bless this wine and infuse it with your love, or milk, or pop, or water, whatever you're using. In your names, Mother Goddess and Father God, I bless this liquid. Okay? Hold up a plate of cakes, bread, or biscuits you can use as cakes with both hands to the sky and say, Powerful God of the harvest, bless these cakes and infuse them with your love. In your names, Mother Goddess and Father God, I bless these cakes. There's a blessing chant. There's a consecration of tools in here, releasing the circle, visualizations of the stone circle. And this is the main, biggest of all of them, altar layout. Okay. So again, look at it from the perspective. The goddess is on the left. The god is on the right. So let's see. In the book, this side is the goddess, this side is the god, and then there's additional stuff that goes in the middle. This is the setup that I have on my altar when I use it. Right now, my altar does have magic items on it, but not like this. I haven't done this setup in a while, but I did use it for a long time, and it doesn't mean that I won't go back to using it. Now, just to keep things interesting, let's see. Trying to find 13 Goals of a Witch. There's so much in here. Breathing, meditation. I think the section I'm looking for is back this way. So let me find it here. There's a full moon rite. Here's the seasonal festivals it talks about. Oh, was it where this is? Let me see. No, so it must be this one. Let me try this one. Okay, here we go. The lore of numbers. To be used in ritual and magical workings in general. Odd numbers are related to women, receptive energy, and the goddess. Even numbers to men, projective energy, and the god. Number 1, the universe, the one, the source of all. Number 2, the goddess and god, the perfect duality, projective and receptive energy, the couple, personal union with deity, interpenetration of the physical and spiritual, balance. 3, the triple goddess, the lunar phases, the physical, mental, and spiritual aspects of our species. 4, the elements, the spirits of the stones, the winds, the seasons. 5, the senses, the pentagram, the elements plus Akasha, a goddess number. See, there's no 6. It goes 5 and then it goes to 7. That's interesting. 7, the planets that the ancients knew the time of the lunar phase, power, protection, and magic. So I don't know what 6 is. It's not listed here. Number 8, the number of the Sabbats, a number of the god. Number 9, a number of the goddess. 13, the number of Espits, a fortunate number. 15, a number of good fortune. 21, the number of Sabbats and moons in the Wiccan year, a number of the goddess. 28, a number of the moon, a number of the goddess. 101, the number of fertility. The planets are numbered thus. Saturn is number 3, Jupiter is 4, Mars is 5, the sun is 6, Venus is 7, Mercury is 8, and the moon is 9. 13 goals of a witch. Know yourself, know your craft, learn, apply knowledge with wisdom, achieve balance, keep your words in good order, keep your thoughts in good order, celebrate life, attune with the cycles of the earth, breathe and eat correctly, exercise the body, meditate, honor the goddess and God. So that should just give you a nice random, beginners kind of thing. Because when it comes to teaching, very much like how it is in school, my face is itching. Oh, and I'm stretching and yawning again. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Let me move this table a little bit without dumping everything and put it at an angle so you can still see me. Okay. It's 10 till 1. Just to change topic for a minute, I'm not sure how soon I'm going to be doing the Ostara ritual. I probably will try to do it shortly after I have my shower, because if you're going to do a ritual or a meditation or anything like that, try to be clean when you do it. Either take a shower, sponge bath yourself, or whatever you got to do, but you want to get any negative energy off of you that maybe accumulates during the day just from being around negative people, negative situations, and different things like that. This is only pop that I'm drinking. But I've been meaning to take the little sleeve off because, as you can see, there are crystals in the bottom. You can unscrew this, and right now the crystals that are in there is called chakra alignment. It's Earth's elements. If you want to look up the website, these are basically about $40. If you get the little sleeve, which I recommend, that way it kind of gives it a little bit of cushion so that if this gets knocked over in certain circumstances, it won't break as long as this is on it. But now, even with this on it, say you drop it on the ground, there's a higher probability that it could break. But the place is called Earth's Elements, and you should be able to find it, no problem. You can put your own crystals in the bottom if you like. If there is a particular job you want to give a particular set of crystals, like if you want to do stuff that's geared toward self-love, romantic love, family love, I would recommend rose quartz. If you want something that's more full of passion and, getting your partner in the mood, if you have a partner, then you use red. So I would use like a red carnelian there's so many red stones out there. Because red carnelian has to do with the sacral chakra, which is the area between your hoo-hoo and your Hershey highway, a delicate way to say your butt and your vajayjay. And now you guys are probably all aflutter and anxious. You want to see my little wish bottle here that I'm going to be working on today. which I'm going to have to take some of the time to really think about what I want to infuse this with. It's a little tiny bottle. It's got an arrow hanging, dangling on the inside. It's literally attached to the inside of the cork. There's a little teddy bear right here. Comes with a red candle, which you use for the ritual. Comes with a little heart-shaped rose quartz right here. And it has various different sizes of little hearts. That is like a confetti thing. But I got this little kit from the store that I was at yesterday. And just for fun, I will read the sticker that comes on the outside of the wrapping. It's called the Love Wishing Jar. So you may want to keep this little sticker, like tape it into a book or something. A wishing jar is a magical way to send your wants into the heavens and are granted in the perfect time and perfect way. Use this jar to place your wish into, pour candle wax to seal in your wish, and then sit in sunlight until your wish is granted. Keep the rose quartz with you to remind you of your love wish. And it was only $5.99. Now, that to me is a good deal. With taxes, it came up to $6.44. So that's not too bad. Because, let's face it, the cost of living is ridiculously stupid just about everywhere right now. So, we gotta like cut corners where we can, make ends meet where we can and how we can, which sometimes for some of us is easier said than done. I'm trying to get all the little hearts out of here because some of them, they actually stick. Like this one just don't want to come out, do you? Okay. They stick to stuff very easily. And I just mostly did that to get out this card that comes in the bottom of the box. I am love, and I love me. I see myself through the eyes of love, and love loves me. I hold myself with the arms of love, and love holds me. I know myself in love, and love knows me. I love myself. I am grateful for my life. I am worthy of all my desires. I love my life. I am a precious gift from the universe. To me, this is a very beautiful little thing to put together. And I can't wait to fill it with my wishes today. See my little arrow? Isn't it cute? Yeah, that thing's going stupid, isn't it? Probably use it as a pendulum. I was going to try to fit some of the small hearts in here, but I don't know if they're going to fit. Let's see. Ooh, there goes one. Let's do 2 and 3. Get in there. Come on. Don't be a little difficult. Don't be difficult. And then that leaves me the others for just, decoration. You could put it in a pouch. Could probably even take this little teddy bear off and put it in there if you wanted. But me personally, no. Want to do that. But when you use the candle that comes with it, that is the wax that you use to seal your wish into the bottle. So you literally have to dump, wax in liquid wax into the bottle. Come on, get back in there. Now, I hope that you guys will enjoy whenever you do get around to watching this. My little self-love ritual that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be focusing my energies on family love, self-love, and maybe even some romantic love. Long story short, I am at an age in my life, and because of a hysterectomy surgery I had about 3 years ago, I kept my ovaries because they said you could keep your ovaries because my ovaries were fine. There was nothing wrong with them. And I did that to keep my hormones balanced so that I don't start growing facial hair and looking like a guy and, have to take hormone pills or do hormone therapy for the rest of my life. But guys being guys, they tend to want sex more than a lot of women do. Me and Krist have been together 15 years, a little over 15 years now. And he was just commenting earlier today about, well, if you're going to do a self-love thing, maybe you can, bring back some of your sex drive, and he just doesn't seem to understand that how hurtful it is for him to say that. I'm not saying it's not true, because it is. But yeah, that's not typically something you're supposed to put on a live stream. That's why I do this one for only subs, because even though it is public so others can watch it, but unless they are a sub to my channel, a subscriber, they're not hopefully going to be able to view it, because I'm not trying to put all that personal business of mine out there that nobody else should know about or even want to know about, because it's my business, nobody else's. But long story short, the relationship is to the point of dull, boring, mundane, routine, same SOS, same not SOS, same stuff over and over again every day. Krist is a Virgo. I am a Capricorn. Generally, Capricorns and Virgos are supposed to be decently compatible. And we are in some ways, but then in some ways we're not. Anytime that I've ever dated a Capricorn, or I've met another Capricorn, whether male or female, I fall for them like that, because I feel like they understand me better than a lot of the other signs do. But because of the way people have done me in my past and used me as an object of lust and that kind of crap, it's turned me against sex, and it's turned me against wanting it, because too much, in my opinion, way too much importance from society as a whole is placed on sex. There is more to life than gratification, okay? Sexual gratification. But a lot of people don't think that way, especially men. They tend to think and like to express their love in a intimate way in that fashion. Let's heat up the bedroom. Let's, bring the spark back to the bedroom. Well, if you weren't so boring and dull and overly wanting it, then maybe I would. But in general, I recommend to people, get the Mars and Venus books. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Dr. John Gray is the author. And there is one that I read recently that says Mars and Venus in the bedroom. So I thought, okay, let's give it a read. Maybe I'll learn some stuff. And yes, I absolutely did. But if you want to know what I learned without getting too much more personal than I already have, read for yourself and, use the advice however you choose to use it. If you're not in a relationship right now, keep the book anyway. Read it often. I like the books because they help you to gain a perspective of thinking and feeling from a male perspective when you're a woman, and for a man to be able to see things more from a woman's point of view, and a woman be able to see things more from a man's point of view. Krist is supposed to be supportive and nurturing towards me, but he is not supportive in a lot of the areas that I need him to be, that I wish him to be. Like, for instance, he thinks the Mars and Venus books are a joke. He thinks they're stupid. They're a waste of paper and ink. But he also is against the movie Celestine Prophecy. I recommend it. I don't remember what year it was made, but if you look in movies, like do a search engine, look in movies, you could probably find it on Amazon. I have the Celestine Prophecy myself and probably should watch it again. I have the book called The 10th Insight, which that's something in a future live stream, I'm not sure what one, that I am going to be reading from that book as well. Because right now, anybody that joins my channel, they just, I'm not always going to be in entertaining mode and doing different antics and doing ghost hunting and putting myself in dangerous situations because it gives me better ratings. I'm not stupid. Okay. So if you're looking for more an adventurous type thing, well, I can't promise you will get that here. If you genuinely want to know me as a person, if you want to call me friend, great. I welcome it, but don't judge me. Don't criticize me. Don't say that your way is better, because I look at it this way. No one person's way is better except for that individual. My way is perfectly fine for me, but my way of doing things may not be okay for you, and vice versa. So you have to learn to be open. You have to be positive, and you have to feel this in the deepest part of your soul. You have to feel it in your heart. Don't just want to practice magic because you want to start doing hexes on people. I don't do hexes, y'all. Sorry. I don't do hexes. I will tell you about negative stuff. I will help you understand how the dark side works to a point, but I will not teach the dark side. So if you're looking for the dark side, please look elsewhere, because you're not going to get it from me. There's too much messed up stuff in the world as it is. Why add to it? Okay. And you also got to remember, whatever you send out comes back times 3. Depending on the person and the severity of the damage that's done to others, it could be even more than 3. Say you hurt somebody by saying something mean to them, you cut them down, you criticize or judge them in some harsh way that you have no right doing. Something 3 times worse is going to happen to you. You may end up getting that same type of treatment from somebody that you actually love and care about, or it could be a partner, and they could hurt you 3 times worse or more. So think about that before you purposely go to hurt somebody. Now, I'm not saying that others hurting you is right, because it's not. But don't develop the vengeful attitude, because if you do, you make yourself no better than the person that's hurting you. You have to learn to rise above that. You have to learn to forgive them and love them anyway. Love them unconditionally. Take the path of the earth angel. Don't help others to the detriment of your own health or safety. Don't take on others' burdens because it's not your job and responsibility to do so. Be supportive and loving of your friends, because there may be a time in your life when they're all you have. And read up on shamanism, because Wicca actually got started. It started out as shamanism, which I will read in the future, in a future live stream. I don't know that I'm going to do it today, because I need to stop this live stream, get my shower done, get the preparations made, go down and knock on my neighbor Christy's door and see if she's okay with me live streaming in her apartment. It's cleaner there. It's more spacious. There isn't a bunch of clusterfuck everywhere. I've got too much stuff in this apartment, and I don't need Chris constantly reminding me of that. He doesn't constantly do it, but he doesn't always do it verbally. Sometimes he does it mentally and don't think I know, but I do. And sometimes he does it spiritually. And he doesn't know that I feel that. I mean, he should know that I feel that, because I'm an empath. So I feel other people's emotions. I feel other people's feelings. And sometimes that's not a good thing, because it can cause you more pain than it's worth. I know, I speak from experience. Absolutely. So I'm going to end this for now, round it up, end it for now. Thank you. Any new people that view this, subscribe to my channel, press the like button, and hit the icon, the bell icon, so that you will be notified when I do a live stream. And I will continue working on getting my life in order so that I can start developing a more consistent time frame of when I do live streams, not once every few weeks or once every few months or however it ends up going, because there's so much crap going on in my life. I'm just trying to get through it, and I can't always be in the right frame of mind and emotion and, happy mode, if you will, positive mode when I'm having a crappy day. So I don't want to do a live stream if I'm in a bad mood, because I don't want to bring anyone else down. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. I hope that more of you will join. I am very happy that Krist helped me get my Chromebook sorted here, so now I can use it again, because by far this is the easiest of my laptops, which I actually have 3. I have a 2-in-1 around here somewhere. I think it might be under this table near me, because I think it may have gotten knocked down or something. So that's something that's going to involve me literally laying on the floor on my stomach to see if I can see it under there, because I know the battery's dead. It hasn't been charged in months. But that thing is so slow until I can get some more memory on it. I'm just not going to use it. So blessed be. This is a typical, witch sign. And I will see you guys next live stream. Bye.